I wonder if this land is suitable for farming.
Well, it should have both nitrate and ammonium ions.
Nitrate ions could also be formed naturally through the nitrogen cycle. Lightning will provide the activation energy needed for reaction. Nitrogen oxide is further oxidized in air, and it dissolves in water to form nitric acid. Nitric acid will come in the form of acid rain, and it will be dissolved in the soil. However, when the plants are removed, the nitrogen compounds will be lost.
I could use the nitrogen-based fertilizers to replace the loss. I could use ammonium nitrate, potassium nitrate, or calcium nitrate as fertilizers. But what about the ammonium ions?
We should head back to the lab and test the soil sample. The sample of soil will be put together with calcium hydroxide in a test tube, and it will be heated through calcium oxide to dry the ammonia. If the gas form turns damp red litmus paper to blue, ammonia is present. Based on our results, we have concluded that the land is suitable for farming.
Very well, we shall proceed with the project. We plan to develop 3 factories beside that land and promote the land again for farming. The 3 factories are proposed side by side. The first one is BBS Harbor Industry. Then comes BBS Nitric Acid Factory, and lastly BBS Ammonium Nitrate Industry.
So, why is your plan planned out that way?
Well, glad you asked. BBS Harbor Industry produces ammonia. Nitric acid used to make ammonium nitrate is made from ammonia in another chemical process. BBS Nitric Acid Industry has ammonia to make nitric acid. BBS Ammonium Nitrate creates ammonium nitrate from nitric acid and ammonia.
I am very interested in investing in the nitric acid industry. But before I do so, give me a reason on why I should be investing in the BBS nitric acid industry.
Nitric acid can be sold to manufacture detergents, paints, pigments, dyes, and nylon. Nitric acid can be used to make explosives such as TNT. We are confident enough that your investment would be worth it.
What a coincidence. I have a lot of business ventures in the soap and textile industry. I am also a retired army officer, so I have a lot of connections in the military where explosives are needed. Very well, I have decided to invest here.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mr. Gopi. We look forward to further collaborating with you.
Save our environment, save our rivers. We don't want blue babies.
What are they protesting for? What blue babies? What happened to our environment and rivers? What does it have to do with our factories?
Because the nitrogen-based fertilizers are soluble in water, they can be washed by rainwater into groundwater. They can dissolve in rivers, creating environmental problems. Babies will then drink formulas made out of nitrogen with water. The body converts nitrates into nitrites, which binds to hemoglobin in the body, forming methemoglobin, which is unable to carry oxygen. Environmental problem caused will be eutrophication. The algae will spread across the surface of the river and blocking light from plants. The plants with an algae will die, and bacteria and water will decompose it. Bacteria multiply rapidly using the dissolved oxygen. Fish does not have enough oxygen, and the ecosystem will be ruined.
What? Call our lawyer immediately.
What seems to be the problem?
These protesters have been protesting since the morning. They're against my construction of my new factories.
Good evening, everyone. While we do see your concern, these environmental problems might be caused by nature itself. BBS Corp has nothing to do with these environmental problems. Links between nitrates and disease have not yet been proven, and the recommended nitrate levels are set unrealistically low. Lightnings can also trigger reactions between nitrogen and oxygen to form gaseous nitrogen oxides. Nitrogen oxides are pollutants that can cause acid rain and photochemical smoke. Nitrogen oxides also oxidize sulfur dioxide to form sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide can react with rainwater to form sulfuric acid, which cause acid rain. This is what caused these environmental problems.
Once we have built the factories, we promise to install free BBS car exhaust system for the residents living near the factories to reduce the environmental problems. For all of you who is not familiar with car exhaust system, it is fitted with catalytic converter to reduce pollutant from motor vehicles. The reaction that occurs inside the car exhaust system is the oxidation of carbon monoxide to form carbon dioxide, the reduction of nitrogen oxide to form harmless nitrogen gas, and the oxidation of unburned hydrocarbon to form CO2 and water.
But that does not solve everything. The of these can lead to acidity. Harmful on plants, rivers, lakes, buildings, and statues. It washes out nutrients from the soil, stopping healthy growth in plants. It attacks waxy layer on leaves, making the plant more susceptible to diseases and pests. Trees in high altitudes are also extremely vulnerable because they are often in contact with tiny droplets of water, which contains of sulfuric acid solution in the clouds. It lowers the pH of water and it causes aquatic animals sensitive to changes in pH to die. It corrodes buildings made of limestone or steel.
Well, is there any way for us to reduce the effect of acid rain, scientists?
While acid rain is inevitable, we can control it by reducing the amount of sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen released in atmosphere. We can produce low sulfur versions of petrol and diesel, reduce sulfur dioxide emission from fossil fuel by removing sulfur from fuel before burning, and we can also remove sulfur dioxide from waste gas before releasing it into the atmosphere from tall chimneys.
Okay, if that's the case, we'll try our best to create a more environmentally friendly factory.